Okay. Let's upload it here and put it here as well. Okay. I think we should be live. Let's click here. Yep. And we're live. Cool. Okay. Let me set up a Visual Studio for today. Make sure that it's in frame. I need to pull out this one over here. Just getting everything ready. It's Tuesday again, so I almost forgot that it was Tuesday and I promised to stream every Tuesday. So I was sitting at home on the couch and then I saw a message on Discord and I was like, oh yeah, I was supposed to stream today. So hi Mate, welcome. I'm okay. I'm not 100% well. Like my father-in-law got sick over New Year's Eve, and I've had like the kids sick at home all week, and the wife is not feeling 100%, and I'm not feeling 100%, but I'm the best out of everybody, I think, health-wise right now. So, yay! So I had a busy week, did lots of stuff, but yeah, it's time to have some fun with code again. Everybody is starting to feel better again. It was like my oldest daughter on Monday, they had like a digital day, so that she didn't have to go to school and she did it at home. And then yesterday she got an email like, oh, I'm sorry, the central heating in the school is out. You can stay home and do some stuff there. So that was a blessing in disguise, because she was supposed to have like gym and an English test. So it was like, now we didn't have to keep her at home. She could stay at home naturally. So yeah. So yeah, let's see. I created a thumbnail for day 13, and while I was creating this, I was reading it a bit, and I was like, oh man, this is so confusing. So this will be fun, I think. But I might start with the FlipFlop thing that was shared on the Discord a while ago. Oh, so let's jump here. Spectrum shared this a few days ago, and it was pretty fun. It was nice and easy, so I figured maybe we start with that one. They were fun to do. So I did I did 2 days already, I think. I have a notepad, but I can't share that right now because it will mess up. So maybe I'll just do them again. Oh no, we don't have to do that. I do need to log in. Not GitHub, actually. I did a Google login, so that one, I think. Was this the correct one? Nope, that was not the correct one. Cool. I have too many accounts. Yeah, this is the one that I did. Okay. So this was kind of fun. I think I shared the ones that I did. Yeah, I just did them in the browser with like it was a fun little thing. So maybe we'll start with this one just as a little warm up before we do the Advent of Code one, because it looked pretty confusing, and I noticed that the older events didn't have the clearest way to write everything. So yeah, let's do it. That's the one with JavaScript? No, that was this is a different one. The one with the JavaScript was this one, Debug December. I did a few of those. This one was we can do the actually I can just do a different login and then show you. Let's do this one, because I haven't done it with this account yet. And there was a demo puzzle here. So This is basically like Advent of Code. So welcome to the demo for a FlipFlop code event. This puzzle is here to give you a taste of the challenges you'll face in the real event. Puzzles will each have 3 parts, much harder than the last. Demo puzzle, Grandma's lost password. You're excited for vacation, but your grandma has a problem. She has a new phone, but she can't remember the password to unlock it. Please help me, I can't remember the password, she pleads. I think it's somewhere in my notes, but I can't find it. You decide to help her out because you're such a good grandchild and start looking through her notes. You find a long list of numbers and you think that one of them might be the password. So this is the link if you want to follow along. I think the password is the sum of all the numbers on the list, she tells you. Can you check for me? As an example, you find the following list of numbers. Blah. The sum of these numbers is this. Okay, so what I usually do is just go to console and then do like this. And then we do split. Reduce. AB. A plus parse int b, 10, 0. And then you get the answer, right? So that's 474 in this case. Okay. In the real list of numbers, your puzzle input is much larger, and you need to find the sum of all the numbers in that list. You can find the puzzle input in the link below. Okay, so here is the puzzle input, and we can do the same here, right? We can open up this thing, and then we do document.body.children0. Text content, and then you get this. Boom, first star, right? in that terminology. Hard problem. I predict 2 hours at least. Yes. Okay, so part 2, just average. After you tell your grandma the password, she's very happy. Thank you so much, you're the best grandchild ever, she says. After logging in, she opens her online gaming platform and sees that there's a new game available. Oh, I love this game, she exclaims, but I need my password to log into my account. I think the password is the average of the numbers in this list, she tells you. Can you check for me? So, okay. If we do this, so then we do, instead of a reduce, we can do a map. And then just do this part. Like this. So we can do var nums is this, and then we can do var p2 equals nums reduce divided by nums.length. And we can do math.round like this. p2 is 43. So that's also correct here. So in the same style, we can do so var nums is this, p2 is 430. Boom, part 2 done. And then you say part 3 credit card trouble. After you help your grandma with her gaming account, she's very happy. Thank you so much, you're the best grandchild ever, she says again. After logging in, she sees that she has a lot of money on her account and decides to buy some new games. But I need my credit card number to buy the game, she exclaims. I think the credit card number is the most common number on the list, she tells you, and the expiration date is the least common digit in the list. Can you check for me? In the example in part 1, the most common number is 69. Nice. It appears 3 times more than any other number, and the least common digit is 0. It appears only once, while all the other digits appear at least twice. Look at the digit, not numbers. So for example, the number 30 has the digit 3 and 0, the number 57 has the digits 5 and 7, and the number 33 has the digits 3 and 3. Combining the most common number and the least common digit, the answer for the example would be that. Okay. So if we refactor this now, Marta says, okay, I'm confused. Your first approach was to get the sum, but the average is sum of numbers divided by numbers. So why you change your method to map? I know the language. I don't know the language frame. Just ask. Okay. So the first thing that what it did was all chained. So it takes a text, it splits it to by new line. So this will be, at this point, it's an array of strings. Then I use the reduce function, which basically is an iterator that you call on this thing. So at this point, I have no clue how many there is. So that's what I was going to do now. Instead of doing it one shot, we do it in parts. We do the same amount of work, we just do it in parts so that we can refer to intermediate values. So you can do, if we do this, you can do var p1 is actually this one. So this is p1, right? It takes all the numbers and we don't need to parse it again. Now we can just do a plus b, because we did the parsing step at the beginning. We could keep it the same, but I was like, okay, if we're gonna map it out, let's just, so this one builds the array, this one takes it from a string array to an int array, this one sums the whole thing, and then this one would then do p1 divided by nums.length. So now what we need to do is see which one occurs the most. So I can do, got it, thanks. Yeah, so we can do let frequency is this. So we can now do nums dot for each n. We can do p2n is like 0 plus 1. So we increase the count. So we count how many times every one of these exists. And then we can do let frequency sorted is object.keys freq. So this is gets every entry in this object as a key. And we can do sort A, B, and then we can do freq B minus freq A, like this. So, and now we do let P3 is frequency sorted 0. What did I do wrong here? My nums for each one here. Oh, I did it. I did it on P2, not on. My bad. So 404, and I should probably convert this to the test input first. I should move this in screen here. Okay, 57 it says. That's interesting. Let's see. It says 69. Did I cut one off? I probably cut something. Oh yeah, I cut off a few here. Boom, 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 boom. So in my test value, I cut off a piece of the data, I think. Yeah, okay. So now it says 69, and now I need to do the same, except for every character. I need to go through it again. So, and for that we need this thing, and I think we already can just run it on the real thing. Actually, I can just do let raw is this. That way I can just do the test input as well. I can just override the test input. So I can just do raw is this if I want to run the test. Okay. So now we need to find the digit that occurs the least. So what we can do is let can do that here like this, and then we do for let I is 0, len is raw.length, I smaller length, increment I. That's what happens when you execute while you're not finished yet. Let's see. And then we need to do if C equals raw I, if C larger equals 0, so we just take the characters, then we do D frequency C is the same as we do for the other ones, like this, and then we do the sort the other way around. So we do the D frequency and we sort ascending instead of descending, like this. So, and then we do P3 plus equals D freaks, this one. Oh, where am I going wrong? Ah, it doesn't, never mind, okay. In JavaScript you have like double and triple equals, but you can see it picks up the 0 here as well. So we can go back to console. Uncomment test value. So now we have all 3 values. Woohoo! Demo done, right? So I think this is a nice little fun, a nice fun little challenge thing, right? So yeah, I think let's do these, but no actual stars yet. yeah. So let's do this one then. You're on vacation to Sealand, a true paradise filled with segment faults, null pointers and memory leaks. There's just one problem, you're out of pointers. Pointers are the currency of Sealand and you need them to pay for your vacation. Over the course of the next 7 puzzles you're going to try and earn enough pointers to pay for your vacation. Each puzzle has 3 parts, each part harder than the last. Solving each part will earn you 1 pointer. Can you earn all 21 pointers in time? Finishing all the puzzles will surely get you a nice vacation. Good luck. Okay. Banana contest. You arrive at the annual banana contest in Sealand. The room is filled with excitement and the smell of bananas. As you get seated, you notice the presenter behind the stage. They seem to be panicking about something. You walk over to the stage and you ask them what's wrong. They explain that one of their judges has fallen ill and they need someone to take their place. I'm not sure if you're qualified, they say, but we're in a bit of a pickle here. Can you help us out? You agree to help out and they show you a bunch of bananas on the table. We need you to give this bunch of bananas a score, they explain. The score is based on the total length of the banana in the bunch. The way the score of the bananas is measured is a bit peculiar. The score of each banana is measured by the name of the banana. It's equal to the number of ba or nas in the name of the banana. The presenter shows you the first bunch, blah 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 blah. After counting the ba'as and the na'as in each name, you find that the total score of this bunch is 24. For each banana, boom. But hold on, why is there a banana in the bunch? It has an E in it. You ask the presenter about it and they explain that it's the banana substitution. I think of it as just another na, even though it has an E in it. Just count it normally in the total. We should count banana as a normal banana. With this, the total score of the example bunch again is 24 points. After you score the bunch, the next bunch is handed to you, and this one is big, your puzzle input. What's the total score of this bunch of bananas? Okay, so let's do this again. So let raw equals this. Var lines, let lines is raw.split, and I should probably cover this part here. Split by new line. For that actually there is a for each. I can do lines for each. Okay, so we do this for all the lines. So we do for let I is 0, len is l.length, I smaller than length, increment I. I also noticed that I haven't really increased the text size yet, so if you're having problem reading, I'm sorry. So we do if li equals b. We should probably also do like can do let score is 0. Let's see. Thanks for cleaning that up on Mark Day. I was like, oh yeah, I got somebody in chat who will take care of that. I really wonder why they just spam everybody. It's so annoying. Actually, since we always need to scan ahead, because it's always a two-parter that we need to find, we don't need to scan the last one. So if li plus 1 equals a, we can do let match is false. Actually, like this. Match is true. If match, increment score, I plus equals 1. Martin said, they may sniff for active streams maybe, so bots would report a possible spam scam target. Could be. Boom, 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 boom. I remember this. We have match, we can do current and next, and I think I did it like this, so I can do n is L0. So then I would do C is n equals Li plus 1, like this. So then we do if current is this, and next is this, match is true, and if it's match, we do this, and then we do n is Li, that would be plus 1. Yes. This one will take care of that case. Else if so, and actually I do this the wrong way around. If C equals B and N, this was the bar, and this is the C equals. Now we do if N equals R or N equals E, match is true. So I think this one would be correct. So we can do console.log P1 score 24. Okay, great. So now we can change this to be that raw is document.body.children0.text content, like this. Take away this one. Actually, we can do. That's so annoying. Working in the JavaScript console, when you go past some context, it will move to a previous history thing. So that's annoying. So let me just put this in here. I can do const test is false test blah and otherwise this. Boom. Okay. That's the wrong. I didn't do it on the actual. I didn't do on the actual input here. That's the only thing that I forget. I need to do it like this. So now we have a score of 104. Ooh, correct. Nice. Okay. On to the next part. We should count, part 2, uneven bunch. Impressed by your work, the presenter invites you to judge the next round, but this time there's a new rule. This time we want you to ignore the score of the bananas that have an odd score, they explain. Looking at the first smaller bunch, you see that the odd scored bananas are these. Okay, so if you only sum up the even score bananas, we get that. Yeah, that was the first star. Yes, actually. So if we go back to the code, what we need to do to refactor this is that we, instead of incrementing the score here, we do keep track of every individual one. So we do let banana scores is this, and then we do a map instead of this. We can also do local score like this. We increment local score, and then once we passed everything, we can do score plus equals local score, and we could rename this to just be P1 actually in this case. So we do P1, and we can do return local score. And here we can do let P2 equals banana scores filter x% 2 equals 0 dot reduce AB a not like this, A plus B, start from 0, P2. Okay, not a number. I need to set the test to true here, just so. And this you can only do in Chrome because it's a constant that we basically redefine it. Okay, I think I still messed something up. Let's see. Debugger. Banana scores. Okay. Sure. Did I forget to put it to 0? I can do like local score is 0. If match local score is yeah. Okay, that looks better. So now it's 16. Let's see, was that the answer? Yeah, it's 16. So now we can take this. I forgot to initialize the variable there. So let's go here. Test is false. Oh. I thought I copied it from the other one. Apparently I didn't. So I need to run that here. Test is false. I should remove the debugger part. But this is now the answer for part 2. Woohoo! Second star. And let's see, part 3, deprecation. The presenter seems deep in thought, nodding as they admire a new banana substitute, but suddenly their phone rings. They picked it up and start talking to someone. You can't hear what they're saying, but you can see the presenter's face turning pale. After hanging up, the presenter turns to you and explains that the banana substitutions are being depreciated. We need to know how many points come from banana substitutions in the bunch, they say. Then we remove those from the score. The smaller bunch has 1 substitute, original 24, but we subtract the 5 points from banana, leaving us with 19. The presenter hands you the big bunch of bananas and asks you to calculate the new score, excluding the banana substitution. How much points do you get after removing the substitute from the big bunch? 2 stars, you're going too fast. Sorry. So what we need to do now is identify which ones of these have a banana in them. So we do banana is false. Like this. Else if match is true, banana is true. Like this, and we should probably return score banana like this. So now we have a map of banana scores. So part 2 we do this. The reduce becomes a dot score x dot score. I think, right, yeah, I think so. And I still haven't removed the debugger. Okay, so that works now. So for part 3 we need to do let part 3 is banana scores filter, not exit banana like this, and then we do the same reduce. So it would be 19, right? Yes. So now we need to do that on the actual input here. And we get 3015. Woo! 3 stars. But I mean, it's not really fair because I did this a few days ago, so I knew basically how to do this one, right? So yeah, this one will go fast, even though they're not that hard. It goes even faster because I already knew what to do here. But we'll get into unfamiliar territory very fast. Puzzle 2, Rollercoaster Heights. You run into 2 suspiciously familiar inventors, Phineas and Ferb, not related to anyone famous. They sound familiar though. We've designed the ultimate roller coaster, Phineas exclaims, handing you a blueprint. Ferb nods silently. We want to advertise it as the tallest roller coaster in the world, Phineas continues. Can you do that for us? Aren't you two a bit young to be designing roller coasters, you think yourself, but you decide to help them out anyways. Amata says, okay, so 3 times 0.66 of actual stars for you. Checks out. Still 2. Yep. Aren't you two? Yeah, the blueprint of your puzzle input consists of a series of movements, up and down. Each movement corresponds to a change in height. The roller coaster starts at ground level, height 0. Each up movement increases the height by 1 meter, and each down movement decreases the height by 1 meter. For example, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, this blueprint results in the following heights. The highest point of the coaster region example is 1 meter. Because the coaster is pretty awesome, it can even descend below ground level. Another example. Okay. Highest is 6 meters. What's the highest point the full coaster reaches? Okay. So let's do that. Can just clear everything and keep this. This becomes now our test logic here. We can put that in here. There is no lines, so we can start raw from this. So let current elevation is 0, min is 0, max is 0. For let I is 0, len equals raw.length, I smaller length, increment I. Okay. Const up is blah, down is da. And let's just assume it's either up or down, and then it's fine. If raw I equals up, yeah. We can do, let's see, we can do actually if C is larger max, max is C, else if minus C smaller min, min equals C. Console.log, here we do P1 equals max. Alright, P is 6, that is fine. Let's go to the actual one. $152. Woohoo, that is correct. Okay, part 2. You look at the numbers and you realize they are way too small. The height changes are not linear anymore. Instead, each movement adds or subtracts the value that increases cumulatively. For consecutive up movements, the height increases by the current movement number. Okay, consecutive down decreases by current movement number. When the direction changes from up or down to up, the count resets. It's a simple example. Up, 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 height changes, sure. Wait, what? Ah, okay, sure. So like this, that is fine. Okay, let's do was up is no. Right. Is up. So we can do is up equals this. If is up not equals was up is up, and s equals 0. Increment s. And we can do like this. We probably let's make just a variable for P1 and P2. So we can do P1 is C 0 min max 0, and do the same for P2. Just have everything localized to the thing that we're tracking. Like this. So we just keep track of was up and is up, like this. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So we do p2.as is that. We increment this in p2. So in p1 like this. If it's larger, p1 max becomes p1c. Same here. P1 max. Now we need to do the same for P2. We do if P2.c plus equals P2.s larger P2.max. P2.max equals P2.c. Right, same here. This needs to be a separate else block now. P2.s like this. So now it says 4 for this one, is that correct? The highest point is 50 meters, so that's not correct. Okay. Did I have the correct example here? Yes, okay. Let me see what I'm doing wrong. If it flips, you do that and you increment that one. Not sure if this one is correctly evaluating there. Yeah, okay, that was the case. I didn't have brackets here. Okay, so we can now run this under real input here. Test is false. Okay. Woohoo! Part 2. But we aim even higher. You look over at the coaster and then back at the number. You realize they are still way too small. The height changes actually follow the Fibonacci sequence instead of the linear or stepwise patterns from before. The sequence of up or down events movement now correspond to the Fibonacci value of the total number of movements. The height change for a consecutive sequence of movement is determined by the Fibonacci number of the total steps in that sequence. A consecutive up adds that, okay. When the direction changes, the counter resets and the value is added or subtracted based on the Fibonacci sequence. Okay, sure. Let's take this example. I probably want to know the max. Let's see. max s is 0. If p2.s larger max s. No, there's no fib function. I will write it in a bit. Don't worry. p2.maxs p2.maxs equals p2.s. 12. Okay, so we just need to support 12. Okay, we need to actually do that on the real input, just so that I know how far I need to go. 20. Okay, that's fine. So I can do let fib blah is right? It was yeah, okay. For let I is 2, I smaller 21, increment I. Fib I equals fib I minus 1 plus fib I minus 2. Right, this, I think this one is it, right? For 8 is 21, yeah, okay. So that's a Fibonacci done. So I can do that here. So now we do the same for part 3. Let me move this over. Part 3. We don't care about this one anymore. If 2.s larger than 0. Well, actually, we don't need to care. We can just do p2. Yeah, we don't need to track this at all. Because this is actually it shouldn't be in p2. It should be like this. So if s like this. And now for part 3, we actually, yeah, we do that here. If, let me think, is was up. First we need to make sure that because we fired this the first time and then we don't care. So we can do that this one should be raw 0 equals up. Let's move the constants above here. Well, here. So we initialize so that we don't trigger the first time. And then we do if was up, else. Because we only do this after the change, so we also need to do this at the end. So p3 dot c plus equals fib s, like this. And then we need to do, actually we need to do this style, right? P3, 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 and else we do the negative version of this. Smaller min. I don't know why I track min, but it's just like the thing I do. And then I also need to this one last time in the end. Yeah, we always target was up. Yeah, like this. So now we would get, let's see, P3.max. Let's run the test first, because I'm not 100% sure. What button did I hit? Not that one. Let's see, clear everything. Test is true. 12, is that correct for the last one? 12 up. 44. Oh wait. Oh, 144. Yeah, never mind. Other fun thing is I actually didn't need to do this at all because we already know. Never mind. I thought like with the max S. I'm not sure it fully translates. So let's just take this one. I think we already had it, right? So the value would be this one here. Woohoo! Okay. So now something I haven't seen before. Bush salesman. A bush salesman has a job for you. They want your help with their sales. They have a list of bushes they want to sell, and they want you to check how many of them can be sold. Real challenge then? Yeah. The list of bushes your puzzle input consists of a series of bushes, each represented by a color. A color of a bush is defined as an RGB value, although your range is 10 to 99 instead of 0 to 25. 255. The first number represents the number of the amount of red, second is green, third number is blue. Each number is separated by a comma. To begin with, the salesman wants you to sell bushes of the most common color, for example, okay? This input has 10 bushes, some of which may share the same color. The most common color. So here, okay, which color appears most frequent in the full list? Okay, this is easy, right? So let's go back. Is raw, let's split black side n. Let freak is blah. Lines for each and then we do object of keys, basically the same as we've already done. So we want the most, so we do b minus a. Let sorted is this. Let p1 is sorted 0. Console.log p1. Okay, so 10, 20, 30 would be the answer here, right? 10, 20, 30, okay. Okay. So far, it's not that hard, right? Fill color separated by commas, no spaces. Okay. What? Which color appears most frequently in your list? The answer is the full color separated by commas and no spaces. Okay. And it said it was wrong. That is interesting. I need to do sorted. Sorted. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Never mind. I needed to actually do this. To sort by the actual values. So if I do frequency of this, oh, 25. That gives 42 as the most answers. Okay, this should be the answer. Okay, great start. The salesman is happy with your work, but they have another request. Can you help me label my bushes based on the color as well? They asked I label them red, green, blue, or special. A bush is labeled red if the amount of red, the first number, is greater than both green and blue. A bush is labeled green if the amount of green is greater than red and greater than blue. Bush is blue if the amount of blue is greater than red, greater than green. Label special if two or more colors are equal. Okay. Okay. We can do that. Let's see. You should map them. What was it? Flower? A bush. It was a bush. Okay. So we can do B. Okay. Let's see. We have raw. You need to put extra round braces around, brackets around them to return this as an object, otherwise it will assume it's a function. So this one will be B. So we do R. Actually, I probably should do it as a function and then just return it. Let's do it like this. It's fine, it's a line. And L dot split by comma. Like this. Sunco Software says JavaScript. Yes, I'm just quickly doing. Yeah, and I advertised that I was doing C#, so I should maybe switch over. If everybody objects to the JavaScript, I can switch over to C# if you want. But this is a new kind of Advent of Code style challenge that somebody posted on the Discord that was nice and light, and I thought like this will be a fun thing to do. So if people object to the JavaScript and want to see me do it in C#, I'm open and down for that as well. So let me know. So yeah, I can do return. I can do raw L RGB. Simco Software says, I don't mind. I was just looking at the code and thought, this isn't C#. Yeah, you're correct. And I can now also do let is special is R equals G or R equals B or G equals B. So color is special. Actually, what did they? How many bushes are labeled green and full list? Okay, so I can just do color. If it's special, we can do special. Else, and Martha says, I'm okay with JavaScript as long as you're with me doing these puzzles in Dreambeard, and you'd have to read it. Ah, you're doing it in Dreambeard. Okay. I'm open to reading it later, as long as you're willing to explain how it works. So I can just do let color like this if nah, this I don't like this. Okay. If is special, color is special, else, okay, and now we have the cases of which one is largest. So if no two are the same, then we get the biggest one. So if R larger than G and R larger than B. No. Oh, console. If R is larger than B, if R larger than B, color equals red. Else color equals blue. Else if G larger than B, color is green. Else color is blue. Yeah, this is basically all the options, right? First we check if it's a special color. It's special when two or more colors are the same color. Otherwise we check if red is larger than green, then we just have to check if it's larger than blue. If it's larger than blue, it's red, otherwise it's blue. Same here, it's green or blue. So these are all the options. And now I can just return color here as color. We don't need to specify it. So now it's all mapped out. So I have the raw values parsed for when we need them later. We have the color name like this. Now let P2 equals lines. This one needed to be based on the raw. That is fine. Now we get lines that filter x.color equals green. Okay. Blue is not defined. I needed to make this a string. Martin says, I don't know JavaScript at all. Why have color is green, but then color is blue without the quotes? No, that was just me messing up there. And I'm also messing up something else here. So let me quickly like this, and they say there is no green ones in here. Oh yeah, duh, because they're all a different color. Right, okay, so if I look at lines now, they will show you blue, blue, red, special, special, blue. Okay, so this one is correct. And part 1 still works. So cool. Let's run this on the real input. Oh, that's a devil's number. That is correct. Okay, continue to the next part. Eblakai, welcome, welcome. We're doing the FlipFlop ones, since I haven't finished those yet. So I was like having a bit of fun with that. I hope you don't mind me doing JavaScript for a bit instead of C#. Part 3. After you're done, the salesman is on the phone with a customer. After a while, they hang up and tell you with a smile that the customer wants to buy all the bushes. Each bush's price depends on its color. The prices are as follows in pointers, the local currency of Sealand. Okay. Okay, so this is easy. This just adds a scoring metric here. So we can do let value equals this, and now we can do red 5, green 2, blue 4. Oh, and then we need to add special here. Special 10. So now when we do this, we can do let p3 is lines dot I can't find another puzzle. Yeah. Let me share you the link. It's fun. They're nice and easy. So that's also nice sometimes, you know, to not challenge yourself too hard. Except that I can't remember. Oh yeah, reduce. That was the. I was like, what's the name again? Reduce. AB. And we do value. Actually, A plus value B dot color. We start at 0. P3. Woohoo! Finish part 3 as well. Okay, so that's day 3 done. Let's see if they get harder. Let me also just drop the code in a, because I haven't been saving the code yet. I'm not sure if I want to, but day 3, boom. I can probably still. This one was part day 2. Oh, this is the banana one already. And this was day 1, okay. So FlipFlop. Okay. This one was the test, I think, right? Okay, yeah, okay. Day 0, Okay, so I have saved them if I want to go back or if somebody asks me about them later. Okay, let's see what day 4 has. Beach cleanup. You're on a mission to clean up all the trash in the entire world. Anything for some pointers these days, eh? Starting with this local beach. The beach is 101 by 101 meters. You're given a list of coordinates where trash is located. Each coordinate is represented by 2 numbers, each ranging from 0 to 100. Sure, that's why it's 101. The first number represents the x-coordinate and the second number represents the y-coordinate. The numbers are separated by a comma. You start at the corner of the beach, coordinates like this, okay. You can walk up, down, left, right, 1 meter at a time. You can only pick up trash when you're standing on the exact coordinates where it's located. The trash pieces are listed in the order they were discovered, and you must collect them in that exact sequence. You can only pick up a piece of trash when you're standing on its coordinates. After collecting it, you proceed to the next one in the list. Passing over a trash piece that is not next in the sequence will not collect it. For example, blah 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 blah. Okay, this input has 3 trash pieces, each at coordinates blah blah blah. Let's label them A, B, and C respectively, and label your starting position as at. You can visualize the beach as follows. To reach the first, okay, let's see. Martin says, I started doing day 3 and just discovered I didn't do any sort functions yet. Yay, it feels like writing in assembly. Okay. Oh, joy. To reach the first piece of trash, the shortest amount of steps, you would walk 3 steps right and 3 steps up. It's one of the many ways to reach the point. After picking up the trash, your position would be blah blah blah. To reach the second piece of trash, you would walk 6 steps right and 6 steps up. After picking up the trash, To reach the third piece of trash, you would walk 3 steps down. After picking up the trash, your position would be that. The total number of steps taken in this example is that. Okay. The puzzle input contains the coordinates of all the trash pieces and the beach is exact order. With the total amount of steps to pick up all the trash. Okay. So far that's easy because you just do Manhattan distance. So let's see. Boom, 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 boom. We do raw.split, new line, map, like this. Let x, y equals, call this L now, L.split, comma, map number. Like this. Smap says, hi, this doesn't look like advent of code. Lured in by false advertising in the title. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was starting with the FlipFlop challenges first. Having a nice little cheeky, small, not too hard challenge. Just for fun. I hope you don't mind. Have you done these? I know SpecChumps shared it in the Discord a few days ago. They're quite fun and not too hard. So let me see, what did I forget here? I need to do this one. So these are these mapped. Okay, so I can now do location is x0, y0. Smap says Mo, so I'll probably leave. Uncle Scientist has also started doing them. Okay. Bye, Smap. Sorry. Let's see. Let distance traveled is 0, and then we do here. That trash is this, and we do trash dot for each. Like this. Basically, we could actually just take the Manhattan distance between each one of them and then add those up. It's fine. We'll probably have to do some processing anyway. Let's see, t.x minus location.x. So we do location plus equals like this. Same for y. And now we do location is t. I can just do it like this. Location has already been declared. I know, but I need to override it there. Is that because it's window location? Is it a conflict with? It might be a conflict with no, it doesn't like that. I am an idiot. Never mind. I do update the wrong value here. I need to do it like this. So that's 24. Was that the answer here? Yeah, 24. Cool. So let's look at the actual input. I thought I had the value with the... Okay, that's part 1 done. Cool. Part 2, faster path. After calculating the total amount of steps, you sigh, realizing that this is going to take a while. You decide to take a different approach to pick up the trash. Instead of only walking straight up or down, you can now walk diagonally as well. You can also walk up right, up left, down right or down left. Although you're technically not walking exactly 1 meter diagonally, each diagonal step still counts as 1 meter. Okay. Okay, for the previous example, this is how you would pick up the trash. So thinking like you would still get the abs in 2 ways, then get like the min of those 2, and then you add the difference between those 2. Oh no, you just take the max of the abs in either direction. So if you have 5, 2, you just take the max of the 2 values of the x and y. Let's see. To reach yeah, that's fine. So you realize it's much faster to pick up all the trash. What's the total amount of steps taken to pick up all the trash? Okay, with diagonal movements. Okay, so to do this, it would just be so we do let xd is this. yd is this. So distance traveled is xd plus yd, like this. We can call this P1 now. Let's start P2 at 0 as well. P2 is 0. So we do P2 plus equals math plus max xd yd. Cool. What have I done wrong? I never assigned Okay. Nice. So what do we do for part 3? Making up your own rules. You realize after finishing the cleanup that the collection order was highly inefficient. To prove that fact, you decide to place back all the trash in the same location and try to find a more efficient way to pick them up. The order of the trash pieces can be heavily optimized. So to do that, you sort them based on the distance from your start position. The distance you sort them by is the Manhattan distance, which is the sum of their horizontal and vertical distances. If you sort them from closest to furthest away to the start position, for the previous example, this is how it would be sorted. First, you get the Manhattan distance for each trash piece. Then we sort them from closest to furthest away. You would then pick up all the trash in the order ACB. Your pickup strategy is the same as the last part, but now you pick up the trash in the newly sorted order. The total number of steps taken is that. Okay, what's the total number of steps required to collect all the trash? Okay, sure. So we would, yeah. Are there negative numbers in here? So it's just a plus b because we always start at 0. So we can change the mapping here. So d is x plus y, like this. So now we can do trash dot sort a dot b minus b dot d. This sort's in place. So now we can do another round of this one, p3. We reset the location for this part. Yeah, we don't care about this one. We just do p3. Not a number. Cool. What's the issue here? I never initialized p3 with a 0. And JavaScript doesn't like that, at least in this one. Okay. Woo! Solved. Okay, so this was also still fairly easy. I like these. These are nice comfort coding challenges. Not too hard. Let me see. Start with this. For everybody who did these, did you like them? Marta says, 2025 was the first year of the FlipFlop challenge. Yes, it was a new thing. I don't know, Spectrum shared it like a few days ago, and I thought it was nice. I have no clue how hard they get, but so far, these are like, I could see myself teaching my daughter how to do these, like with barely any programming knowledge. These are great ways to get into programming, I think. So far, they are very easy. Puzzle 5, Strange Tunnels. You arrive at the train station in Sealand, ready to explore the vast network of tunnels. As you board one of the trains, you look ahead and see a long series of tunnels. Each tunnel is labeled with a single letter and has exactly 2 ends. You're giving a sequence of tunnel labels, your puzzle input. Each tunnel is represented by a single uppercase or lowercase letter. Each letter appears exactly twice, representing the 2 ends of a single tunnel. Okay. This input contains 7 different tunnels. The train starts at the first tunnel and moves through the sequence in the order the tunnel appear. When it enters a tunnel, it instantly moves to the matching letter's position. Sure. The number of steps taken inside a tunnel is equal to the number of characters between the 2 ends of that tunnel plus the exit step. Amato says, yes, easy enough to not frustrate for lack of solution for hours. Good for learning. Yes, exactly. The following diagram arrows indicate the direction of travel between matching tunnel ends. Okay. 10. It goes in reverse distance. Okay. The train moves forward or backward depending on which tunnel it's currently in. Counting the steps taken inside each tunnel, we get sure 38 steps. Keep in mind that the step from one tunnel to the next is not counted outside the tunnel. What is the total number of steps the train takes inside tunnels for the full map? I like this challenge a lot already. This one is a bit more spicy, right? I like it a lot. Let's see. Test true. Okay. That tunnels is blah. For let I is 0, len equals raw length, increment I smaller length, like this. Okay. I, if tunnels has own property ID, okay, else tunnels ID is ID like this, and we can also set the length here. And we need to subtract one from them, right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So this one would count as 1. No, it's okay. We can just subtract these from each other. That's the length. Okay. So let's say we walk this. So let's do this again. Like this. Let's see. Oh, we need to keep going till we find the last index. Okay. We can also do like this. Is last stop equal is I equals len minus 1. Okay. So we can do let tunnel is tunnels, come on, tunnels raw I, like this, right? If tunnel.start I equals start move to end, else if I equals tunnel.end, and move to, come on, move to start. So let's do let path equals this, path len equals 0. So let's just keep track of the path where we go. Let's see. I equals tunnel.end. And now let's first check if tunnel is last stop, break. And this could actually just be a while true. Let I is 0. I is fine. Console.log. Now we don't care here. Hey Luke, good evening. Let P1 is 0. Console.log P1. We always need to do path. Push. Can do it here. Like this, and now I can do ID as this. Okay. Path push ID, and we do path length plus equals tunnel dot distance length actually. We add the tunnel length. Here we do P1 is tunnel, no, path length, like this. That is fine. And here we do I equals tunnel.end. Start. And then you always need to do +1, right? Yeah, because we need to move then and exit it and boom, process the next one. So this should be the logic, I think. So let's see what happens. 38. Test is true. 38 steps. Okay, cool. So this works. First shot, first try. Nice. Let's get the full code. Why doesn't it copy my... Oh, okay. Okay, test is false. That's quite a bit of steps. Woohoo! Nice. Unused tunnels. After exploring the tunnels, you realize that some tunnels are not visited by the train. You have to know which tunnels are not visited so you can plan another trip to go back and visit them still. In the previous example, the train visits tunnel A, K, S, I, and P. The tunnels B and C are not visited. The answer is in the order in which you appear is B, C. What tunnels are not visited by the train on the full map? Answers must be in order of appearance. Okay, sure. So we have path here actually. So we have, let's see, path. Why not? That's weird. Yeah, okay. And there can't be any loops or it would never finish, so we can change the path into a lookup. You're doing today in JavaScript? Yeah, this is not Advent of Code, it's the FlipFlop challenge, and they are nice, easy things. I've sent them to you a few days ago. I was like, I'm gonna do this first. I'm having a bit of fun with it. It's not that hard, it's nice and fun. So we can. This is the path. Now I can do visited is blah. And I can do visited ID is ID like this. So now I can do another scan of the raw. So let p2 equals this. And we do another loop. And we can do if visited I can do ID is raw I. If not visited ID p2 plus equals ID. Visited ID equals ID. So now we only see them once in order. So now I can do p2. Visited. BC, so that is correct. Let's also take this to the actual input here. False. So that's quite the string. Woohoo! That also correct. Part 2 done. Now part 3, power tunnels. As you near the first tunnel, you notice a sign that says power tunnels. Curious, you read the sign and learn that these tunnels have special properties. When the train enters a power tunnel, it emerges at the other end, having taken a negative number of steps. Don't question it. Okay. A power tunnel is represented by an uppercase letter. Since A and P are power tunnels, the train takes negative steps for those tunnels. What is the total number of steps the train takes inside tunnels for a full map with these rules? Okay. Sure. The twists are fairly easy, right? But it's fine. So I can call this, actually path length is, sure. I can just call this P3, right? P3 is 0. Boom, 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 boom. And now I can do P3 plus equals, and then I can do ID dot to uppercase equals ID, min tunnel length or tunnel length -6. Yes, okay. So yeah, that was fairly easy. By the way, if I'm going too fast, if people have questions, feel free to ask. But this is fairly easy and fun. At least I think so. So yeah, that's another day done. Let's copy the logic here into my text file so that I can save the code for later if I want to. Boom, 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 boom. That was day 3, day 4, and now day 5. Day 5. Cool. Let's see what day 6 holds. Thanks for the stars, Amarte. Bird spotters. After a long train journey, you finally arrive at the annual bird spotting contest in Sealand. The room is filled with excitement and the smell of fresh coffee. As you get seated, the presenter, the same guy at the banana competition, behind the stage starts explaining the rules of the contest. The contest is simple. You need to take a picture of as many birds as possible in a given time. You're provided with a list of birds and their speeds, your puzzle input, both for the X and Y speed. Each line represents a bird. The birds start at position XY 0 in the sky, and each second they move the exact amount given by their speed. Because this is Sealand, the birds overflow when they reach the edge of the sky and wrap around the other edge. Okay. Birds can also underflow when they go backwards, below 0, and wrap around on the other side. For the next example, the sky is 8 by 8 and the birds have the following speeds. The puzzle input. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. After 2, yeah, sure. Now, taking a picture only captures birds that are in frame. In this case, the frame is 4 by 4 and the center is the middle of the sky, between 3 and 4, between 3 and 4. We can picture that grid as this. The area marked with the hash is the area in which a picture can view the birds. When taking a picture, you count the number of birds in the frame. For the real contest, the sky is that by that, okay, and the picture frame is that. What picture frame? That picture frame is also centered in the middle. Okay. Starting at 250 to 50. Wouldn't that be? Doesn't matter. It's fine. You take your picture exactly 100 seconds after the start. How many birds in the frame when you take your picture? Sure. Okay. So this is more. This is fine. Let's see. Like this. Const area is this was 8 by 8. Frame and it starts at 2, I think, right? Okay. X2, Y2. Like this, okay. Let's map out the inputs. So we do raw.split by lines. Map. Let xy equals x l dot split by comma, map as number, return xy. So these are the birds. Let me think. Because it's this is like puzzle. We do it like this. Because all of this is dependent on the rest of the input. So for test we have these areas, and then for the full thing we have different areas. It's 1,000 by 1,000. It was started at 250, and it was 500 by 500. And then we also have time is 100, and for this one, I think that's the same for both. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Well, for here it was 8. I think they did 8, right? So we can do time 8. Area frame time. Okay. So what's wrong here? I need to do this. Same issue here. Now it should be able to detect it all properly. Will it complain? Yeah, raw is not defined. Yeah, sure. That would be puzzle.raw. Okay. That is fine. Okay. So now we can do flat birds is this, and we can do birds.map let's call them b here, b.x times puzzle.time. And y is b.y times puzzle time. And we would mod that by puzzle area.y. Same here, mod puzzle.area.x. Okay, where am I going wrong? Let's see where it's complaining. Oh yeah, I need to wrap it in, like when you do this as a result and not as a function, you need to do this so that it knows that you want to map it as an object. So here are the states in the end, so that is fine. So now I need to filter. So we do let end positions is this, and then we do end positions dot filter bird b dot x larger equal puzzle dot frame. Did I call it? Did I call it frame? Yeah, puzzle dot frame dot x. And b dot x smaller or equal to puzzle dot frame dot x plus puzzle dot frame dot width. So it needs to be there and there, but it also needs to do the same in the y direction. Like this. So do let in frame equals this, in frame, none. So that is cool. How many birds are in the frame where you take your picture? So now let's do this on the real input. Like this. 66. Incorrect. Okay. Nice. Let's see. End positions. What's my... Oh yeah, there are a lot of them. What is my issue? Ah yeah, sure. Almost. Because these still need to be mapped to be... So this one then becomes x. Let's wrap it in this, because x is, let's see, so b dot x smaller than 0, b dot x plus puzzle dot area dot x. I should have called this width and height probably, but it's fine. And otherwise it's b dot x. Same for y, this becomes b dot y smaller than 0, b dot y plus puzzle dot area dot y, otherwise b dot y. And then we run the whole thing again. And now we do in frame. Sure. I need to run this on the other one. False. And in frame is now 270. Okay. 270. Woohoo! Correct. Nice. Okay. Part 2. Bird Marathon. Relieved that the contest is now over, you sit down to enjoy a nice cup of coffee, but suddenly the presenter makes an announcement. Thank you for participating in the warm-up. Let's begin the real contest. You spit out your coffee in surprise. The contest is not over yet. The new rules are as follows. You get to take 1,000 pictures instead of just one, and you have 1,000 hours to take the pictures. You can't wait that long. You have stuff to do. You decide to automate the process by automatically taking one picture every hour. 3,600 seconds, 1,000 times. Once you have 1,000 pictures after 1,000 hours, your score is the sum of all the pictures bird counts. The sky and the picture sizes remain unchanged. What is the sum of all 1,000 pictures bird counts when taking a picture every 3,600 seconds? Okay. Sure. Doesn't change a lot, but that's fine. Boom, 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 boom. We should probably turn this into a function. Let's see. Const get birds in frame is time. Come on, time. Like this. Except we need to store all of these. Bum, ba, bum, bum. So we can do positions like this. Actually, just yeah, positions. That's fine. We do positions that map like this, and then we do that, and then we do this, and then we return and positions in frame length like this. So we do let p1 equals get, and this would be birds, puzzle.time dot in frame, let p2 equals 0 for int I is 0, I smaller than 1000, increment I. Let pulse is birds. That's fine, I'm just gonna do it. P1 dot end positions. So now I can do pulse is get birds in frame, and pulse 3600. I can't reuse the first one because that one was at 100, so I need to do this a different way. So this would just be like this. Yes, and this one needs to go back to 0. And then we do p2 plus equals snap dot in frame console.log p1 p2 unexpected identifier I. Where do I have that? Int. Yeah. Let. Okay, now nothing works. Great. But that's a test case here. Okay. Curious to see what happens if I run it here. Oh wow. That's surprising, because that's just 1,000 times this. Puzzle area, I do feed this one in and I don't look at birds, so that's weird. Well, was it 270 for the first one? Yeah. That's incorrect. Cool. So what's going wrong here? It still does part 1 correct, so let's see. Oh, never mind, I already know. I never update the position. I need to do pulse equals snap dot end positions. Not that it's... Yeah, Jesus. But I wonder if it changes because the... Wait, what? That's weird. Let me just step through this. Let's see. Boss is 1,000 of these, so that is fine. No. I know what I'm doing wrong. I still need to reference the original location. I forgot about that. Because it's like this plus this times puzzle time. So it's yeah, I need to change this because I need to reference the bird speed, but also get the current positions here. So this one would be birds, like this. And can I get the index here as well? I think I should be able to do something like this. Let me see. Because I need to take the location as well. So so we take the bird. So like this is the distance, but I also need to take, this is what it would do in the current time, but I need to take into account positions ix.x, like this. Yes. So I can still remove it like this, it's fine. At least something, this is more challenging, something to think about. So I just need to add this one and do the same for the y here. So I need to do plus positions ix.y. So this would be the correct one. Okay, see, now we have a different answer, but now P1 is also different. That was P7, and that's not correct. That's because I feel like for P1 I need to change it. Because basically it needs to get just a whole bunch of 0, 0. So I would do, is there a repeat? I wonder if this works. Like this. Let's say, Steph, I can just I can make an empty one, it's fine. Push. Actually, I could do the same just here. That's the same. So for here, I could just do start pause. Okay, see, now it's correct. 270 and then another number there. Let's see if this works. Incorrect. Oh, okay, that's not good. I wonder what I'm doing wrong. These should all remain 0, right? Yeah. So that's not the issue. Let me think. Wait. Ah, okay. I see my issue. By messing with this, I see my issue. Because I do puzzle time and not the input time. I'm an idiot. So stupid. Okay, at least I can do it. See, that's a different number. Woohoo! Nice, okay. Stumbled a bit, but still going strong. Immortal birds. After setting all that up, the presenter suddenly announces, oops, I misspoke earlier. Instead of 1,000 hours, you have 1,000 years to take 1,000 pictures. You spit out your coffee and utter surprise. A year is that many seconds long. You have a total of blah 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 to take 1,000 pictures. You decide to automate things, sure. Okay, so P3 is even easier. Nice. Okay. So we do the same here. Okay, you know what? I was keeping this in my clipboard, but it's messing with me, so let's do it like this. P3. Like this, we start at the initialized start positions again, and the time that we feed in is this one. Yeah, we override position there. We do that, and we do P3, and then we do P3. Boom. And the answer is incorrect. Cool. What did I do wrong? Probably that it overflows now. That's something that could happen. Let's see. Would that overflow? Probably not, right? I mean, not easily. So why doesn't it work? Oh, wait, no. Yeah, you take a picture once every year. I don't get it. I don't see what would be wrong here. My logic is set up to do this properly. I don't see how this would be wrong. How can it be correct for part 2 but not for part 3? I've reset this. I do 1,000 steps again. It uses the same function that demonstrated that it just works, so that's weird. Are overflows possible in JavaScript? Yes, they are. But like the biggest number is so much bigger than this. I mean, I could use big ints, right? I could change this all to big int, which is a bit of a pain, but it's fine. So like I can convert everything to big int here. Let me just quickly do it just to show you how that would work. It means you have to suffix everything with an n, because you can't mix math between the two. Like this. Dun, 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 dun. This is all fine, times area, this is all fine. This needs to be 0 and this. This is also fine. This is fine. No, that needs to be like that. Now these need to be big ints as well. See, cannot mix big int and other type. Where do I have them? Because time here is a big int. Everything should be everything in here is already a big int. But mod may not work. No, that's not it. Oh, my original mapping. Yeah, this is... I see where I go wrong. So I need to do a big int here. See, it produces the same number. So everything is working, but so it's not that. It seems to be something else, and I don't know what. So I was like, did they miss? Like I can, if they made a bug there, but I don't think they would. Like I could do it like this, and then I get a different number. That's all zeros. Cool. That's interesting. How is that possible, that if I feed it just a bigger number, that I don't get an answer anymore? Oh. Okay. Like when I make this number really big, it no longer works. It just always tells me 0, which is weird. So there is an issue somewhere with... Would there be a precision issue there? Like, in my opinion, it should just straight up work. But I wonder if you have to do like a GCD or something, but... Let's see. Okay. 270, 245, 0. Is that... Okay, so that's not a pattern. Okay, it's 270, 245. and then 258, right? Let me write out the line so that I can easily find it. Ba-dum-bum-bum. So 972. So that would be around 400 then, right? Let me just grab a range here. Just curious, right? 70, 258, 232, 244. Yeah, see, so this is a repeating pattern. Cool. So there is a repeating pattern that you can pick up. So that is cool. Let's write something that picks that up. I like that. So let's see. Let pattern is bloop. So if pattern dot length larger than 0, come on. For let p is 0. We can do a function here. Const is pattern found is if pattern dot length smaller than 4, return false. Right, we don't care. The pattern is probably longer than 4. So what should be the min? Let's say we require at least 10. For int I is 0. For int a is 0. Come on. Let half is pattern dot length. Let const length is pattern dot length. If length smaller than 0, 10, return false. Or len present to not equals 0. Odd lengths, we also can't do anything with that. Boom. Half is pattern dot length divided by 2. A smaller than half a. If pattern a not equal pattern a plus half, return false. Return true. All right. So here we do pattern dot push snap.inFrame. If isPattern found, console.log found pattern pattern length divided by 2. This, so we can do, let's see. Where did I have a there? Int. I always do int instead of let. Like this. Pattern. Like that. Cool. It says at 500. That's interesting. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Oh, actually, we don't know when. It's funny that it says. Okay, so there is actually a full repeating pattern of 500. So every 500 it repeats. So then my question becomes, why isn't the value of 499 the same as 999? Oh, here, it's 0. Wait. So every 500 it repeats. So there's a repeating pattern that we found. How can the answer be wrong then? Is something that I wonder. Let's see if I do pattern filter A plus B times 2. Yeah, that's my answer here, so I don't get it, man. Whichever way I look at the code, I think it's correct. Is there an off by 1 for my... Oh, that could be it. Never mind. There could be an off by 1 for my in-frame thing here. That it's... Yep, that's it. Pretty sure that's it. Okay, Jesus Christ. As soon as I was thinking about, okay, what is it counting? The code should be fine. There's an off by 1 error in my code because I take the starting position and I add the width and height, but that would give you a +1. So yeah. So for those, if you didn't catch it, I had my in-frame function. It's still wrong here. It needed to be this. The part where you add the width and height needs to be reduced by 1. So that was the mistake there. Took a while to find it. Why doesn't this cause a problem for P1? Because there's never something on the edge. Marta says, first off by 1 in FlipFlop, it's now a mature challenge site. Yes. So yeah, that's the reason why it's not an issue, because they never had an edge case, a bird in the border there. So that's maybe poor design of the input and the challenge. They should probably make sure that it hits every corner so that they catch the off by ones, but it's on me that I didn't spot the off by one. Okay, so let's do day 7. Hypergrids. You've gotten quite far in your journey through Sealand, and now you find yourself at the final destination, the Mapmakers Guild. You arrive at the Mapmakers Guild in Sealand. The guild is filled with maps of all shapes and sizes, and you're eager to explore them all. You meet the guildmaster, who hands you a few maps of empty grids, your puzzle input. We need you to find the shortest path to the farthest corner of each grid, they explain. After that, you need to determine the number of distinct shortest paths to the farthest corner. Okay. So not just BFS. Your input consists of a series of sizes like this. The first number in each line represents the number of rows, and the second number represents the number of columns on the grid. Mapping these 3 grids out would make them look something like this. Not sure that I follow, but it's fine. One of the shortest paths to find the furthest corner of each grid is then blah blah blah. The shortest for the furthest grid is 3 steps long. Second grid is 5 steps long, and the third grid is 4 steps long. Okay, I don't understand the notation yet, but I'll keep reading and see if I discover something there. Now the guildmaster wants you to determine how many shortest paths exist for each grid. For example, the first grid has 2 shortest paths, the second has 6, and etc. Okay, so my idea is I just use a priority queue, find the result, that is the lowest value. You keep processing until you get past that and don't reach the end, and then you have it. So that should be it. Only thing is that I don't understand. It's like, oh, there's a width and height or something? Wait. Rows and columns, okay. Two by two, 3 by 3, 2 by 3. Okay, isn't that just first has 2, second is 6, the third is 3. Okay, so there's a correlation between those probably. Actually, it's the amount of turns you can take, right? So this is basically for every step that you can take, you add 2. Is it the lowest times the lowest? It's the highest. Is it just like the first minus 1 times the second? Let's see. Yeah, I think it's this minus 1 times this. That's my hypothesis, at least. Let's see if that works. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. We don't care about all of this, and then we do that. Let's clean it all up. Go here. So we do puzzle.split by lines, map, split by white space, map, number. So I can do flat is this. Then I can do return w h w minus 1 times h p1 puzzle.split puzzle.raw. Okay. And I need to wrap this because order of operations. Okay, wait, test is true. And that's the actual input. I need to copy the test input, not the actual input. $263, sure. And then the sum. So we do dot reduce a plus b dot p1 11. Okay, so now we can run the real input. Let's see if my hypothesis rings true. So that will be 98. Too low. Okay, so that's not correct. Worth a shot. So let's see if it's 4 times 5, right? But my idea, if you don't mind me drawing, so once you're here, you have 2 options. And here again you have 2 options. So like to traverse this, you would have 1, 2, 3, 4. It's exponentially. Is it pow? No, that wouldn't work. Let me think, because like the amount of options scales until you hit one end. No. That wouldn't work. Because it's that one is 2. And 1.2 plus 1. So this would be 2.3. No, that won't work. There has to be a formula for this. And we did something like this with Advent of Code, where you would... I just don't remember how. Because that was like for the tree falling thing, I remember. There was a thing for that as well. I'm surprised that for the first one, like, my simple relationship worked. But obviously not for the bigger one. Was a bit of a Hail Mary. Just thinking what the... Probably have to go back. I don't even remember which AOC day that was. Advent of Code. Nope. Wrong key. Wrong key again. Backspace. I think it was this one. Day 7. Let's see. 2025, day 7. Okay. Great, not working. Why? Okay. Okay, let's write this. Let's see. See, I haven't learned anything from it. Let's see. So I can do. No. Function get value. Sure. If cache has property this should be in 2 dimensions. If we hit our yeah, this is if we hit the end position. If pos.x equal larger equals n.x and pos.y larger equals n.y. Result is 1. Else if pos.x is smaller than n.x, sure. Result this needs to be 2 dimensions. Pos.y this. If pos.y smaller n.y return no result equals that value. This would be pos.x plus 1 pos.y plus 1 and plus the other one. Actually, yeah, we need to do 1 for either direction. Yep, that's not it. Boom. I'm half off screen, sorry. So we need to move in one direction and then the other direction. So one does the X, the other does the Y. These are the 2 options. And like this. Else we only do the X. Like this. Then we do the same here. Well, actually, we don't need to do this because else come on, else this, and then we do cache False is result. Return result. Else result is a cache false, like this. So this should be the same function there. I wonder if it works because I don't have a specific key. I wonder if it can do that. So now I should be able to do let p1 equals get value. This would be x0, x, y 0. And AND would be so I can do this here. Dun, 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 dun. Get this, and then we would do width, height. $98. Test is false, okay. But pretty sure 11, okay. 98. What did I have before when my code was wrong? I also had 98. Wait a minute. Ah, I never assigned P. Never mind. See, I never override. I did P1 here. This is wrong. P1. Cannot mix big int and other types. Use explicit conversions. Okay. Where did I use the big int one? There. Oh yeah. Sure. Actually, I wonder where the issue was here. Get value always returns. Where do I mix? Ah, okay, never mind. It wasn't there. I need to set the initial value here. So it's 5. That's not correct for the test. For the real one. And it says 3 there. Okay. So it should probably multiply. Let me think. No. What does cache look like? Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to build a better cache key then. Okay, we do let key is pos.x, pos.y. Oh, and we also need to clear for every one of them. Still says 3, that's not correct. Ah, I never change anything, so that makes sense. Like this. Still 3, that's weird. If not, perhaps. So what does cache look like now? Just 0, 0. That's weird. Okay, let's debug this. Debugger. Okay, so end here is it has W and H. Never mind. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's see. Console. Okay, good night, Luke. Thanks for the well wishes. Let's see. Let me think. It's W and H. That is right. That's right. Let's step through this. So we have an X0022. So the key is this. It doesn't exist. This is smaller. This is also, wait, what? Ah, this needs to be an else. I'm an idiot. Oh. I think it was on this one, right? This needs to be an else if 36, cool. But that's wrong for the tests. Cache. Wait, what? Ah, this is for the final one. So for the 2x3, it ends one too many. Should probably save some intermediate results here. So I can do console log p1. Actually, I can just do this. String.join. Actually, I can just do console.log cache here. That's easier as well. So 2 by 2 should be 2. So it's interesting that it figures, it does way more than that. So this one should be, what was it? I think this one was 6. This one should be 3. And this one should be 2. What was it? 2, 6, and 3, I think, right? Yeah. The logic is, there is a flaw in the logic. I just don't know it yet. Actually, the logic here is different because you need to count the unique paths. So only every time it branches, it adds one. Did I do it here? I had code that would spit out all the test things, right? This one. The thing is, it keeps adding stuff here when there's nothing to add. It should only add if it branches. So let's see, for int I is 0. Let's see. So I want to do this differently. This is not correct. So we do like a queue here. Like this. Use it as this. No, we don't care because we only move in one direction. So we do while queue.length arg 0. We do this. Let's see. Do we? I think you only count the amount of branches that you do. Do you? I'm trying to think of the math in my head, but it's not really working because you need to multiply. So I was thinking like you could take every point where it would branch, like you go from a place you can only go up or right. What is the, let's see, let x is blah, 1, 2, 3, pop. Yeah. That's not it. X dot d. Yeah, that was it. Okay. Trying to remember all the syntax for queue stuff. So I can do let task is queue dot shift like this. And then we have the same logic as this, basically. Function count paths and like this, sure. Something like this. We push the location, X, Y. Branch count, we do that. So if we can do both. So let's see, Martin, why not just create all the paths by queue or recursion? I mean, those maps aren't that big. I know it may not work for part 2 or 3, but at least work for part. Yeah, I think so. I'm doing it right now. So this one would be queue.push this one. Task.x plus 1. Task.branches plus 1. Is that correct? We branch in 2 ways there. Yeah, like this. Task.y plus 1. Like this. Else we just move on to the next one, but we don't increase the branches. Like this. So here we do flat result as 0n. Should probably make sure that I do it this way. And then I do result plus equals task.branches. Something like this. This will process them all, and then I do return results. Okay. So now I can do like this. Count paths, and then we do let's see, end would be, yeah, end would just be still this one. Pause is not defined. Okay, let's see. Okay. Be task in this case. Okay, infinite loop. Cool. Sources, debug, pause break. Okay. Nice. Okay, this logic is incorrect. This needs to be +1. Yeah, I get it. Let me just reload the page. That's usually the easiest way to break out of something like that. So it needs to be like, assume the next position. Can we move in that direction? That is basically what we need to test here, and I didn't do that. So now it should no longer be an infinite loop, but doesn't seem like it. And it always needs to be... no, is that correct? Yeah. I'm killing my computer. I might have to I might lose the input. Cool. Let's see if it still saved it. Console, because the thing here is this still needs to it always needs to adhere to the end step there. I should probably, instead of the else, just have the end step there. So if task.x larger equal and that w minus 1 . No, wait. Yeah, I need to check for the end here. Never mind. If one of the dimensions is already at the end, no, that's not right. I need to check here. Let me think. They both need to move towards the end, and once they go there, you can't do that anymore. Oh yeah, that's the actual thing that I need to do here. I need to do the x plus 1 always, but only do that one. Let's see. Yeah, you only need to do the y if that one, but the x is just something that you always have to do. But Okay, let's see. Bool, no, let branch is this. If branch do that, branch, and otherwise we don't. This is the logic that I needed to do there. Something is off with the alignment. Let me see, I have that. The same thing is like this here. So this should now be the proper, already checked this condition. Oh yeah, now I need to remove that because now it's actually correct again. Dear me. Okay, for the, okay, so this is still not correct. Ah. Let's see. So this one is 2. Oh. So let's just see console.log task branches. I'm guessing, but so what would be the actual logic here that I'm missing? Isn't it every time you... Is it because I don't do that there? Okay. Actually, this fired 3 times. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And this one fires 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Actually, the the amount of times that it reaches here should probably be the answer, actually. Because these will be the unique ways that we get to the end. Yeah, 2, 6, and 3. Why am I doing this? I'm such an idiot. I'm so smart, but not really. So we just count how many times we end up at the end. Yeah. Jesus Christ, why was this so difficult? Why was I making this so difficult? Oh yeah, and I need to be logged in, so I'm logged out apparently. Google. Did Google. So this was 203. Oh. Okay, part 1. Stepping into the third dimension. Your guild master is impressed by your work, but they have more challenges for you. You've mastered the 2D grids, but can you handle the 3D grids, they ask. The same grid maps are now in 3D, with the third dimension being equal to the first dimension. A grid of XYZ becomes a box of size blah blah blah. Okay, 3D, yes. The same grid maps are now in 3D. Sure. As shown, the last number is equal to the first number. Sure. Okay. I should get rid of this one. Well, it doesn't hurt. Never mind. So we can do count paths 3D. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. We don't care about this one anymore. We do this differently. So like this one. And we can just make this 3 straight up calls actually. Because we do X, Y, Z tiles Z. Like this, and then we do the same for the Z axis. Okay, do X is this. this, and now we do if do x, do y, do z, and then if not do x or do y or do z, result. That should be the logic, right? Boom. And the z will be task dot z and dot z. This would just be this one again. Boom, 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 boom. Just W again. Do it this way. Oh, now I lost everything, right? Fuck. That's the downside of doing everything here in the in the developer console. When you mouse out of it, everything that you haven't pressed enter on is gone. So now I have to write it all again. Oh no. Undo saved me. Okay, it's good to know that. Jesus Christ. Whew. Let's see. P2. Let cal process is this. P1 equals that should be fine. Oh, is there an infinite loop somewhere? Let me see. Sources, break. Okay. Four by six. Wait, what? Is it that many? Like 4 times 6 times 4 is not that many. And now I should probably implement the DP thing so that it gets less big. Boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, because it will do like multiple things. So yeah, I should cache this one. Let's just exit here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, reloading page is the easiest way to break out of that. So I need to cache these. This. Key is this. Might as well do it like this. If key is result like this, and then we need to recursively call ourselves here like this. So now we should be able to do this. X 0, Y 0, Z 0. And now at least it should be able to be faster, but I need to make sure that I clear the cache every time. Cache has already been declared. Cool. Because I saved, yeah, sure. Scusi. Task has already been declared. Okay. Oh yeah, we don't unshift that thing actually. Cannot read property of undefined while reading W. Hey, wait, what? Pause and uncaught exceptions. Let's do that again. Ah, I never pass and. Yeah, I got it. So here we need to pass and again, like this. Forgot that. Boom! That was fast. The magic of DP. Woohoo! That was a nice win. it ramped up in difficulty a bit, but we got there. Infinite dimensions, great. The Guildmaster is now very impressed by your work, and they have one final challenge for you. You've mastered the 3D grids, but can you handle infinite dimensions, they ask. The number you have now means something different. The first number is the number of dimensions, and the second number is the length of each dimension. For example, a grid 2-2 would mean a 2D grid of size blah blah blah, and sure, a slightly more complex grid. Okay. The amount of shortest paths for this grid is blah. Okay. You may move in any dimension in any direction just like before, only now they're sure. Okay, fine. I can handle infinite dimensions. I'm not afraid. Because we do count paths, and here we do current D and D. So key becomes so this becomes ND. So this would be current D dot join, comma. Dun, dun, dun. Sure. For let I is 0, I len is current D dot length I small len increment like this. Boom, 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 boom. If current di plus 1 smaller than ndi, sure. There were those movies, Cube, Cube Squared, and Cube. Got their ideas from, yeah, who knows. Let's see, let any is false, any is true. If any, actually if not any. So sure. Then we do result plus equals count path and the this is annoying AF. Let clone is nope. And then we do clone I is plus 1. Clone like this. And if not any, we increment result. That's basically the whole thing. So P2 alt is, and now this one would be 0, 0, 0 versus W, H, W. Cool, so my code works. At least I've proven it works in 2 dimensions. So I'm pretty sure it works in any dimension now. I just don't know an easy way to repeat yet, so let's do const build an array, build n val n. Okay, there is probably a way easier way to do this. Feel free to tell me in chat, but for now, F it. So now I can do build n 0, 3. Right, this should now still work. Cool. And then we do P3. P3 becomes build n. This becomes what was it? 40 grid. So n would be the W. So the H is the value, so this will be W, and then we would do build n of HW. So now P3. Nice, it doesn't work. Cool. I did something wrong there. WH. So W is n and H is the value. So this should be correct. So why isn't it correct? I didn't clear the cache, which is something that I need to do after every time I run something. Oh, whoa. That's interesting. My count path and doesn't actually work because I didn't clear the cache. Cool, cool. Length. Okay. It's not it. Yeah. Okay. So I had some bugs there. Console. Fine. This. Sure. And this would be actually current D. Like this. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. But the values are not correct. Ba-dum-bum-bum. So it's cool, but not correct. Actually, P2 is wrong. No, P2 was in 3D. Bum. Okay, what's the issue? I did this wrong. Yeah, never mind. This one is here. And then this one needs to be outside of that. Now it should be correct. Yes, yes, nice. So P3 is not defined. Why not? Because I never wrote the code that did the work for P3. Cool. So P3 is this. Cannot mix big int and Didn't I ND here? Oh, one N. Okay. No, this is the, that's not it. This, build N, that's fine. Wait, why is this an issue? Never mind. everything done. Oh man, this last one was a bit of a challenge. Happy though, happy. This one wasn't the prettiest. Day 7. Did I save day 6 as well? Day 7. Day 6. Okay, I saved them all. Nice. Whew. Thanks for the stars. Thanks. I need to clean this up because it's very ugly. And remove some dead code here as well. And I wonder if I could just... I think I could just now... do everything with the count path n. So I could do like blah. P1 alt would actually be 2 dimensions and then just this. Right, cool. So now we have basically have logic that can do it in every dimension. So we can just get rid of everything here. And this is our code. So P1. Yeah, like this. And I think, I wonder... No. We have to clear it every time. That's fine. But basically P1 is this. Then P2 just becomes this. And P3 is that one. We can remove the alts because they don't matter. Right, cool. So this is fun. I'm gonna actually take my AOC code. I'm gonna port this to AOC, to my C#, because it's, well, does it work? Do I need it? Nah, it's okay. I was thinking like it would be fun to port this to C#, because I'm pretty sure I will run into this more than once, but it's always just a little bit different, and yeah, no, I'm happy. But I also noticed that I'm kind of tired, so I haven't even gotten into the advent of code stuff, so I hope you don't mind. I think I'm gonna see if we can raid somebody and save advent of code for next week. Twitch.tv. Let's see if we can raid somebody. Can first check software and game development. Let's see. Coding chat boxes in Unity. Oh, this they do great stuff. Let's go raid. Oh, first it's don't see them live often, so let's do raid. They do great stuff with vector, so it's always fun. So yeah, let's go say hi, or at least check out the stream, and then hope to see you again next week.
Absolutely.
Bye bye.
I should have a fixed size, so I can just resize it to whatever I want.